Alrighty, so I'm going to give you the name of, I don't know. Let's say, shit, I can't think of the name. Charlotte. Okay. Hi, Charlotte. Okay, so you had asked the question of who will you marry? And I did your card draw. And as soon as I started reading the cards, and actually when I was starting to pull the cards and pull your charms, I'm sorry ahead of time. I'm really bad about changing hands back and forth with my phone, and so it's a little bit seasicky. Nothing felt right with them. So, and I kept hearing in my head like you're not ready, you're not ready, you're not ready. So I was like, oh man, maybe I'm not ready to be reading this deck or like this the spread that I had laid down. I was like, ooh, maybe I picked too heavy of a spread, but then I realized no, it meant like it universe, whoever was yelling at me in my head. Neither of us were ready for that. Like, I think it was just in general, that was the wrong worded question. So I went for a little bit more open ended question, and I hope that's okay. So I did what was the best, what would be a better question for Charlotte? Like, and I hope it's okay which one I picked. But I said, like, like, what is the best love that is most deserving and serving of Charlotte right now, and for the most foreseeable future, what will be the best serving for her, you know? So this is where we started. So this is a new spread. I haven't done this one before, so it's pretty cool. And typically we'll do like I got really spoiled, really spoiled at Christmas. So my parents got me the first one, the tattoo tarot. Oh, look, there's don't get up here, little guy, because I got candles burning. But I got the tattoo tarot from them. I bought myself the Wild Offering, and then my sister and my niece got me the Spirit Guide Oracle and the tarot, the secret tarot on the end. So I got super spoiled with some nice cards, um, which is really cool. Anyway, back to these. So I haven't done these before, and like I said, I'm really bad about focusing on what I'm doing. But so the first two cards, this spread, they focus on the essence or the focus of the situation, which is really weird. Two cards popped out when I was just doing my shuffling like I normally do. And the first one, I thought, I apologize, I'm stretching. I've been sitting in the same position for about an hour trying to get these cards all researched and written out. And the first card I drew was the Sun, which is marriage, happiness, bright prospects. According to this deck, it's kind of pretty, well, really generic interpretation of the card. I actually, but quite apropos for what we were going over. Um, but it also is about like warmth, vitality, success, But still, it is the focus of what we were originally discussing anyway. And the other card that popped out during shuffling was the Eight of Wands, which is speedy news, arrows of love. But it also has to do with fast movement. You want action, quick action, and also maybe possible air travel. But that's not really what we're talking about. So, but it is something to think about. Stay. There we go. So then the next two cards that we're going to read, because it didn't give me much instructions on the books on where do you go next in this read, so I just went with it the way I wanted to. So we're going to go up with the Eight of Cups. And the whole idea of the Eight of Cups is indecision. It's Eight of Cups in reverse as well. I'm sorry. Oh, indecision, feeling kind of like a miss. You kind of want to maybe try one more time, or like walking adrift, walking away, that kind of feeling. And then it's also joined with the Six of Swords, which kind of, I will say though, with Eight of Cups, the idea, like the songs, like, by the Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go Now? I mean, that was, I don't know, that played in my head. I don't know why. But, but thinking though, like what is the best kind of love for you right now? So, Six of Swords, it's transitions, change, rite of passage, releasing of excess baggage that you don't need, that doesn't serve you anymore. You're in a state of transition. I think I think we all know that. Everyone, in our inner circle here knows that we aren't we all? So that makes sense. I think that would be like in our thing, in all of our readings. And this also, it does show up to say like that you're ready to redo your patterns. Like you're ready to kind of cut everything loose that you've been doing over and over and over again. Like you're ready to, you're sick and tired of that shit. Like it's been going on for this long. You're tired of the same old song and dance. You've heard it before. You've done it before, and it's you're over it. For lack of a better word or statement. So the next we moved on to, because that's what I was like basically trying to figure out. Like I'll do this one and then I'll do the clarifiers. I'll do this one, clarifiers, and then like kind of try it and tie it all in together. I don't know. Learning is a pain. So not Two of Swords, Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands, I always thought it like kind of looked a little bit ominous, but being undecided, need to take a step out of the situation, and then you will see more clearly. And that in this the setup here on this read, it's 1, 2, 3. In the second position is dealing with what brings clarity to your situation of the focal point. So this is what will be bringing you clarity, is the card that's going to help you see more clearly. It is a card of difficult decisions, but you're going to be weighing your options. You may have recently hit an impasse where you just go well, nothing's going to get past this point until we make a difficult decision. Stop avoiding this. This situation we continue to avoid and avoid and avoid, and just do it. So, like, then your next two clarifiers were the oh my goodness, the Two of Swords, which is there, and that's about more of like weighing options. Oh, I flipped it. I'm so sorry. This is about courage, persistence, testing your faith, and boundaries. That's what's going to be bringing you clarity. This is about weighing your options and making difficult decisions. And then I clarified those. And when I clarified, because it said if you get the Two of Swords in a reading, put one on the left, put one on the right, and it'll tell you what you're choosing difficult things between. I don't know. I figured I'd do it, and it was between the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Two of Cups is about love, soulmates, a union, but like a mutual union. Basically, like, it's not the lover's card, but it is about like two people who love each other, so very poignant for this reading. And the Ten of Wands in reverse is about burden and extra responsibility and hard work. So it kind of feels like, if we go really just from the cards, that your Nine of Wands, which is bringing you clarity to your situation of what's the best kind of love for you. You're trying to choose between the burden, the hard work, the extra responsibility that you feel like you're stuck with, and choosing between the love you think, and not think, but that you deserve. So what's the right thing? What's the wrong thing? So, it's one of those like back and forth. What do you choose? I don't know, just that's what I feel like on that one. But then your next clarifier for that was the Six of Coins, and that's about giving, receiving of wealth, charity, generosity, and since that goes along with the idea of being is that I was gonna say a clarifier of the clarity card. But yeah, exactly. That's something else that's bring like a clarifying of the clarity card. That's gonna help you bring you clarity about your love situation. What I kind of was thinking with that, or at least not thinking, what I was feeling with that was like, I wonder if, yeah, that's good. That's gonna help you find the love that you need, that's most deserving of you at this point of like where I am too, is like what love I need right now is the love I need of like this of self, and like, and going and being generous and caring and selfless is bringing in better people into my life, and like the right people into my life, and that kind of love is going to bring you the kind of love that you're ultimately looking for, if that makes sense. I don't know, just a thought, and kind of feels like something that if it comes into my head when I do these kind of readings, I just think it's coming in my head for a reason, I should say it. Okay, so the third card that we're focusing on is the Moon card. And this is in your reading for like what is being brought here for balance. And the Moon card's all about like illusion, fear, the subconscious, intuition. And then it was clarified by the Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Two of Wands is in reverse as well. I'm sorry. Two of Wands in reverse is about personal goals, decisions, and discovery. So like you're not ready to make a move yet. So you want to like set a clear path. Don't just like don't be like me and move to England without knowing what you're gonna do yet. Set out a better path, and then it makes everything a hell of a lot easier in the long run. Get that dream, yeah, awesome, but then cultivate it, and then your end results will be so much better. Anyway, but then your Eight of Swords in reverse, that's all about like self-limiting beliefs. Your inner critic, releasing negative thoughts, finding a new perspective. So I always zone out to the weirdest like spot. Like, oh look, see, yep, there's my old 20-ounce bottle. I'm so sorry. But so that's there for that. So like with that, I feel like that's actually really so interesting. Like it's like you got like a very dual thing. You've got your Two of Wands in reverse, which is like, oh yeah, you're gonna find this personal growth, you're gonna discover things, you're gonna make great decisions, set personal goals, and then bam, Eight of Swords in reverse. You've got this limiting belief, but there I guess is the balance for the situation. You've got something really great and you got something really shitty. Now you've just got to try and be able to like dance that line. So then we're going to go down here because I still don't know when I'm supposed to read which cards in what order. Blah, blah, blah. But then Five of Coins in reverse comes up as like the end of difficulties. Or end of difficulty, difficult times. There we go. New monetary ventures. There we go. So that seems like a really nice, like, it almost seems like they didn't explain what these clarifiers were exactly. It seems like a shadow version of what the focus of the situation was. So I don't know if they necessarily matter to the reading. They may not matter to you at all. But they didn't tell me. But there is good things in it too. So I would take them both. So and then the Four of Wands is all about celebration and homecoming and joy and saying like being able to celebrate all the work that you have done, because it really is something worth celebrating, and I know right now it feels like you haven't done a lot in your own mind, but it is something worth celebrating because it is a lot that you've done and you do deserve to celebrate it. So something to remember. I know this wasn't exactly an answer to what you had asked, but I have to, kind of go with the fact that the question you asked and then the cards that were dealt out made no sense whatsoever. So I had to go, okay, I'm going to adjust and go, if this makes sense, or more sense to the question, I'll go with that. And it really does seem like, from what I'm seeing here, it's at a point where it seems like a self-serving love where, and when I say self-serving, I mean one that's like a love where you can thank yourself for doing little things like going to your doctor's appointments or not getting in an argument over something silly, even though the other party's trying to start those silly arguments. Being able to walk away or being able to say no, and hold that boundary. Those are like things that get so easily overlooked, and people don't want to appreciate that. And like this, like here, for like something that brings you clarity. He has all these wands around him, because he is setting up a boundary of like people like, okay, y'all can step off and give me my space. And that does bring you a minute to think about your own shit and be able to process it without everybody else's bullshit coming in there and clouding your vision, because you need time to think about that on your own, then without anybody else's interference mucking it up. And if this was what you were wanting in the end, I mean, look at that, look at her. Yeah, the sun shining on her. She's on her horse with her flag. There's nothing but joy coming off of that. And that's what it was literally, I mean, for 2 cards to pop out. I know what you want. It's just, I was just telling you just to take, like, like, it's like, look, like, if all these have been shoved into another knife, like, you have been pierced. You're tough, but you have been pierced. Your delicate heart has been pierced. Give it time. Give it time. It's okay. And everything will be okay. I mean, like, you think of, like, the Four of Wands and the celebration. Really, you're celebrating all that beauty in that. It also is very powerful looking to me. Like, reminds me of, like, scepters and, like, money and love. Because, I mean, like, red roses are love to me, to the point that, like, I have, like, my red roses here on the altar, like, for a love reading, like, so red roses are definitely love. But anyway, next though, I almost forgot all about the charms. So I did organize them a little bit beforehand, because you got a lot of numbers and stuff in here, and a lot of repeat numbers. Okay, so I'll go over here. I've got, this is my symbol. Oh, I can't do it with that. I was trying to be like somebody else I saw on YouTube, and I don't like it. This is obsidian. It's a good grounding. You have a lot of grounding things. Grounding. Grounding. Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry. I was thinking of another rune. This one, it's kind of hard to see, but like, see how it's opaque here, but kind of clears out? I always like to think of that as like, it's really hard to see it now, but it's going to clear up. You're gonna understand it. Give it time. This problem's gonna make sense soon. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, self tools. Like, okay, you have the tools to do this yourself. Self-care. This is that weird little ring I've talked about in group that I just don't, I mean, I like it, but I just can't do it. So here's, a bobbin, behind the scenes kind of work. We've got to put the work in to make the things. I think that's a good one to get in there. And this one here, you can take the time to pause, get refreshed, have a Coke if you feel so inclined. I know some people will go like, sweet, yeah, normal, have a joint, awesome. If not, but the fact that it was flipped upside down, like, to be like, you're not normal, I wanted to be like, yeah, you know what, you're not normal, and that's fucking beautiful. I love that you're not normal. Like, it took me a long time to be proud that I wasn't normal. But anyway, and then this is like my symbol for like going with the flow and remembering to be playful, which is also my symbol for, or like thought with this, like, remember to like take the time to be childlike and enjoy the little things, because if we don't, who else will remind us of those things? Let's see. Okay, let's go over the numbers really quick, because I haven't had this repeat of numbers in a long time. So I've got 3, 3, 6, 6, 6, 6, 4, 4. And then I got double 2 up there. Wait, there's another 3. I'm sorry. And then 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. There's a 1 there. So those are the numbers that got me. And then letters that were sticking out. I've got a, well, not sticking out. There's a C. Or, I did ask everyone involved here. When I say everyone involved, I mean loved ones that have passed on, spirit guides, a higher power, whoever's listening. They want to give me any letters or messages, send them this way. These are the letters I got from them. U, F, O, H, R, S, I, C. And H. I think I already said H. This is my symbol for innocent. That's my parents' cough. Innocent love. But then this is like just my symbol for just for love. And then this is my symbol for true love. So you got all three of them, which I think you got your love reading. I don't normally get all three of them. You did get the your little guardian angel. If I can turn it. There we are. That one doesn't normally pop up either. And you got Nefertiti. I can turn her around. I think that's pretty cool. That was my grandmother's as well. So I'm pretty happy she popped up. I was that being like really strong, powerful woman. This here, I always like to think of this as like meaning like a grandmother is coming through. Or a grandmother or mother coming through. And I say that and that falls at the same time. This was my grandmother's. I also just always loved it, but now it's even more special. I think this is really important. Frog, don't jump ahead of yourself. Don't remember we start out as tadpoles and we have to go all the way up. They're adaptable, like easy to roll with the situation. Let's see. Oh, this is my symbol of the idea of like a completion of cycles, the ending of things that like bad things coming to an end. This is a symbol of no, that's not it. Damn it. Of being true to yourself. And salamanders, they were once thought to be able to live through fire. So I always thought that was cool to get into your readings, like being able to live through fire. You can survive anything. This, like these little hair clippies, like just like being able to get shit on lock it down. You can keep it together when you need to keep it together. These prisms, well, it's great. Check out that album, Pink Floyd. Well, the band is great, but the album, Dark Side of the Moon's good. The idea of just this like limitlessness, anything's possible. Anything is possible. Don't lose hope. And with that, I think yeah, I think that's all. All right, cool. Alrighty, well, that's it then. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever everyone's saying nowadays. And I hope to see you on Thursday. Take care, Charlotte.